DestinationMarc.
Hey guys, how's it going? Marceller here, and welcome to a double feature of top 10 lists. I'm still enjoying Crash 4 immensely. It's so much fun. Brilliant levels, amazing visuals, the cast we've all grown up with is as expressive and hilarious as ever. But in these two videos, I want to talk about that first point, the levels. Crash 4 features a ton of levels, all retaining that classic Crash feel, but remixed with some new and returning mechanics from other games, such as rope swinging, wall running, and rail grinding. In this video, we're going to be looking at my personal top 10 favorite levels from Crash 4 It's About Time, picking one level from each world. Let's not waste any more time and dive right in. Number 10, Food Run. I really like the look of the snacks dimension. It's vibrant, colorful, and upbeat. Food Run is your breather level after Crash and Coco's fight with the entropies. And yet you'll still be challenged with tricky platforming, a tough puzzle of a bonus round if you're looking to get all the crates, and the game's first instance of giving you every mask in a single level. You've used them all in their introductory levels, now it's time to use each one to navigate your way through each barrage of traffic and all the deadly TNT and nitro-carrying robots. It may still keep you on your toes, but Food Run is the tamest of the snacks levels, and I for one still find it a treat to go through. Number 9, Nitro Processing. Speaking of the tamest of the bunch, number 9 goes to Nitro Processing for that exact reason. Cortex Island is home to some of the most notorious and grueling levels to ever grace a 3D platformer, and this one is no exception. Although again, it is more of a romp than the others, and there are some pretty cool segments like Kapunawa sections. And while this is the introduction to some of the more aggravating enemies like the rats and the cockroaches, then I think Nitro Processing makes up for it with some strict level design, precision-based platforming that doesn't feel too unfair, and some kick-ass music. It's the beginning of the 1996 throwback, and this level serves to tell the player that playtime is over. Number 8, Out for Launch. Out for Launch is just a kick-ass level. Not only do we get to see Oxide in a canonical Crash game once again, the other two times being his super small cameos in Wrath of Cortex and Twinsanity, but we're also introduced to Entropy's female alternate dimension counterpart, and from there, the level itself is filled with Gasmoxian baddies, surreal inversion of gravity thanks to Ika Ika's abilities, and again, some brilliant music to accompany the whole trek. Apart from these guys being a-holes, and the end of the level being filled with them, I can come back to this one over and over again and still have a blast. Number 7, Give It a Spin. What is there to say about Tranquility Falls that isn't good? Well, these lion guys suck on occasion, but apart from that, Give It a Spin is absolutely gorgeous. The music is fantastic and samples part of Temple Ruins from Crash 1. Spinning around with Akano is super fun, and it's levels like these where Toys for Bob really want you to know just how good their game looks, as we get a nice camera pan up to show off just how wide and lush this area is. Plus Brio's quips are funny and worth listening to at least once, and the whole place keeps you moving with statues that shoot out magic blasts, and lily pad monsters that snap at you if you step on them akin to the fly traps from Crash 1. It's all so good, and I dig it a lot. Number 6, Offbeat. Yeah, of course this had to make the list. I think Offbeat will go down as one of the defining areas in this game, like New Donk City has in Super Mario Odyssey. It's a very foreign place for Crash to explore in any of his games, but somehow Toys for Bob took the New Orleans-esque Mardi Gras / Dia de los Muertos-esque city party aesthetic and made it work for Crash. And speaking of Dia de los Muertos, I like how the spooky side of the aesthetic really isn't even all that spooky. It's more so cheery. The jolly ghost band members, the lanky skeletons, the headless juggling clowns, the minions blocks, they're all really fun to look at. Couple that with the second Spyro cameo of the game, the Q Ripperoo cameo, and that swinging music, plus the inverted version of it, and this level becomes imprinted in your brain very quickly. It's a real good time. Number 5, Dino Dash. Alright, now we're in the top 5. And for this one, I just had to include a level from as early back as the demo. Dino Dash is really fun and implements some strict platforming, which I like. Coupled with the T-Rex chase, this level feels like a nice blend of Crash 1 and 3, but expanded on to feel much more dynamic, what with Lonnie Lowly and rail grinding getting mixed into the gameplay. One personal highlight of this level for me is how fluidly this level's string of events flow. From the dinosaur noticing you in the background and then bursting out of the brush behind you to give chase, to this on-rails segment seamlessly transitioning back into on-foot sprinting, it's the little touches like that that I really appreciate. And when you clear the ending chase sequence by the skin of your teeth while the T-Rex boils in the lava behind you, it feels oh so satisfying. Number 4, Stay Frosty. This is just a feel-good level. The place itself looks great and introduces a nice fusion of icy caverns and Cortex's meddling industrial equipment. Even the lab assistants are here to do work in the area. I actually really like that. The 11th Dimension tells a nice story through its level designs, where when you first arrive in Snow Way Out, you're just traversing through the towns and whatnot. Then you have this place, which is a bit more treacherous, but not too bad to get through. And then you have Bears Repeating, where you see all of Cortex's nitro-producing tech, which you promptly foil by blowing it all up to Kingdom Come. But back to Stay Frosty, my personal favorite part of the level is its music. Not only does it add to that feel-good vibe, but it heavily samples Cortex's warped boss theme and Snow Go from Crash 2. It brings back a nostalgic feeling while keeping a good pace between intense platforming, strict rail grinding, and satisfying breather moments. Definitely a level to remember for the better. Number 3, Crash Compactor. Crash Compactor is such a name for a Crash level, and I absolutely love it. And I know this might be getting a bit tiring to praise, but I can't help it. That music! The music is the first part of this level that I fell in love with. It's such a banger. The next part I fell in love with is that grungy, junkyard / Rustline-esque aesthetic the place is sporting. Similar to Stay Frosty and the entirety of the 11th Dimension, the Hazardous Wastelands tell a visual story too. Whereas the real grind is mostly desert with some junkyard bits showing up near the end of the level, Crash Compactor is abundant in rocket head posters, post-apocalyptic junk, and even more edgy thug enemies roaming about. And I'm completely into that look. This level also marks the very first flashback tape you can pick up, and they pretty much just give you this one so you can at least see what it unlocks. Then they start to become harder to obtain the further into the game you go, which I like. A nice level with a tricky hidden gem, a great aesthetic, and some Lonnie Lowly bits that'll test your skills. Crash Compactor is downright radical. Number 2, Booty Calls. Apart from the hilarious innuendo, Booty Calls is also known for some nice rail grinding, creative level design, amazing music, and some inventive enemies. Again, it's the little bits that make me love levels like this. The music sampling Crash 1's theme, finding the hidden gem in a treasure chest, our reintroduction to the split pathways from the earlier Crash games, but handled so much better here. It's all so fantastic. And heading into the giant vault at the end and seeing all that gold is very satisfying to me. It's got a very, here's your reward kind of feel in my opinion. Even if the bandicoots don't take any of it for themselves, but I digress. But anyway, this is a great introduction to the Salty Wharf. It's got just the right balance of casual yet challenging, and it's a real fun level to come back to again and again. Number 1, Rude Awakening. Yeah, I had to. I'm sorry. I couldn't help it. This is the introductory level to the game, and yet it's filled to the brim with references and Easter eggs, what with the crunch letters on the fridge, the Spyro inflatable, the TV images, the hog and rollers in reference to Crash 1, the steps looking similar to the ones in Insanity Beach, the spiders working like the ones in Temple Ruins, that awesome camera pan up to Insanity Peak. I know that's not a reference to anything, but I still want to point it out. The platforms jutting in and out of the wall like in Slippery Climb. Not only is this all fan service for us veterans of the series, but it serves as a reminder of how fun Crash is to play. It's bright, it's colorful, it's dark, it's foreboding. It's simple, yet will later evolve and get more complex. The music's kick-ass as always. It brings back some old stuff and remixes it in with the new stuff. It truly feels like an evolution of not just the classic trilogy, but also Insane and what it was trying to do. Be as accurate to the classics as possible while still feeling fresh and modern. And I, for one, love it. Rude Awakening screams, welcome back to Crash Bandicoot. You may know it, but our challenge to you is, can you master it? And that is brilliant. So there you have it. What do you think of my 10 favorite Crash 4 levels? Do you like these as well, or are there some here that you dislike? Whatever your thoughts are, let me know in the comments down below. I'm Marcelo, I'll see you guys later. Thanks for watching, and take care.